Okay, Christina here to listen to some music, and today's music selection is Chalk Outlines by REN and Chinchilla. This is the fourth reaction to Ren's music here on the channel. I have enjoyed the other three so far, really loved them. We started out with Hi Ren, that was the first introduction. I'd never seen Ren before. Then we had the Tales of Jenny and Screech, that whole trilogy, and then the original version of his cover of Bittersweet Symphony. I still have yet to do the live version, which I'm very much looking forward to because apparently there's some good string action in there. So, we'll see. But with this one, who knows? Every single selection of his so far that I've seen on the channel has been a surprise, but done tastefully and sensitively. I have been so affected by this artistry and also by all the renegades. You all are a fantastic group. I think it was the first big response that I had on the channel, and it was just wonderful. It was welcoming and uplifting, and I just really felt truly a part of a community there, and I still do. And so here we are. We're moving on to Chalk Outlines because this one has been recommended so much. So here we are. We're going to do this. And what are we doing exactly? So for those of you still just getting to know me, I am a professional classically trained musician, vocalist, instrumentalist, composer, and university professor. So we talk about all different aspects of the music. I learn a little something, broaden my music horizons, and hopefully you all learn a little something as well. Okay, so don't forget to do all the things, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's listen. Okay, I'm still just preparing myself mentally and emotionally. I've been so affected by the other three videos by Ren. I'm sort of ready to let this sink in. Also, I need to say, everyone was recommending this. Do Chalk Outlines by Ren, but then also Chinchilla. So I'm so sorry that I don't know who this artist is. I know that's kind of why we're here with the channel, to broaden my music horizons. And it doesn't say anything towards this artist. I just have not, I didn't know about Ren either before the channel. And so I'm so fortunate to be introduced to both of these artists here now on the channel. Again, just preparing. All right, I think we're ready.
Still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning. So take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. Then walk around in the floating chalk outline. So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Sertraline and a sip of serotonin. Don't cry, 'cause there's a pill for everything. Take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. The feeling goes and you draw a chalk outline.
So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, I'm balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, erase ourselves. It's such a perfect day. Take it just in case. Take it just in case. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. All things change. It's such a perfect day. It's a beautiful shame. It's a beautiful shame. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. But little by little, bit by bit, I'll push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my,
Erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Wow. All right, I'm letting it sink in. Wow, that was really moving. I think I would expect no less. What moved me, though? I'm still absorbing the meaning behind the song because I think there's a lot of depth to it there. There's room for interpretation, and I'm sure it's going to hit me the more I look into it. I think what affected me the most was the performance itself, the interaction between these two musicians. It was mesmerizing. They were mesmerized by one another, almost putting a spell on one another as they were singing, just so connected. And so as a musician, you don't have to be a professional musician to know what this feels like, but when you're performing music with just one other person or a group of people, and you have that connection with them, that moment where you're almost reading each other's minds, you just both, you all realize that you are emitting this art all together. There's something so special within humanity that we can do that, express that with one another. And I saw that there, and that's what was so moving for me. I got tears in my eyes from that because it was overwhelming. The camera work. I'm used to the camera work now with REN kind of swooping and drawing us in so that we're able to be brought into that little bubble of the universe in whatever tale is being told. With Ren, what I've also noticed is that in his videos, sometimes he'll look right at the camera. With this, what I noticed the most is how much they were looking at each other. It was beautiful. Okay, so obviously, musically, like with their voices, they are such a good match. I can completely see the surfacey reason why these two artists would work together, because their voices are a great match for one another, tone and timbre wise. I mean, Ren has a really great range, a wide range from high notes to low notes, but Chinchilla was just sort of his treble complement up there. And so they moved like this, where actually at first they were in thirds, and then they went into a unison where they were the same. Then we heard octaves, and then we heard sixths. So that just means like thirds, it's just 3 notes apart. Sixths, you're 6 notes apart. And that's really good writing right there too, compositionally. So the guitar part, when he first started, he was playing sixths, starting way up high in the middle, and then that last lovely chord at the end. When they came in together and they were singing in thirds, I love that kind of tight harmony. But then when they started singing in sixths, I was like, oh, that's where they're bringing the introduction back in. Now it's coming full circle. It was really beautiful. And again, just mesmerizing. Her hands with those nails, just like in front of his face like that. It's like their consciousness, the individual consciousness were sort of, that's where it was swirling together. That was a really beautiful moment. I'm not quite sure where they are, in a basement with really great resonance. So I feel like Ren and maybe his videographer, they are kind of running all over the city looking for great spaces to sing in and to record in. I kind of do that. When I walk into a space that has good resonance in it, I'm always kind of like, ooh, I wish I had a choir here to sing with. So yeah, great space down there. And also aesthetically, it's matching the tone behind the piece, and the fact that they're both in white, maybe representing, hospitals. He's not in his hospital gown this time, and he's not out on the streets this time. It's just very cold and cavernous down there. And then wearing all white, sort of like a straitjacket or a hospital gown. I just keep thinking like as pale as a ghost. And then talking about chalk outlines. So I wasn't sure what that was meaning. I didn't know going into this if it meant like police chalk outlines, or maybe that mixed with the idea of that you're nothing but an outline of yourself, like you're empty inside. And I feel like both of these artists maybe have gone through their own trauma, and so they're able to really sing about that honestly and empathetically. Again, it was really impactful. Okay, so I want to go back and just look at a couple of things. Let's just look at the beginning. And that was great how Ren was sort of just walking down these halls, and then the lights, more trickery there with the lights. I loved that. And it's almost like he was walking through like old hospital records or something, and then he sort of came around the corner and the lights flickered, and it's almost like, oh, look, there's a chair and an electric guitar. And also, I've not seen him on anything other than the acoustic guitar or the classical guitar. So this was fun to see him on a new instrument. And it's like you just kind of blink and there are these instruments. Oh yeah, let's just do that. Okay. And you turn around again and there she is. I really, really like that. So I just want to see when he picks up the instrument, I want to hear those opening chords and hear a little bit of his lovely voice. He just dives right in, singing from his heart. I love the squeaky chair too. A sixth, a sixth, and a sixth.
I'm still here in this bed that I crawled in.
That resonance.
I hope that I'm someone else in the morning. So take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. Then walk around in the floating chalk outline.
Yeah. Talk about singing from your heart. Whew. That makes my heart swell. Just hearing that. Just so simple. Just bum, bum, bum. Just those 3 chords. So simple and so deep. And here he's using his more sensitive voice with that lovely little vibrato that just kind of shimmers. So let's move forward to where we get to when he's singing from the top of his lungs, which I have been, my whole musical world has been changed. Especially in high Ren, I think. No, it's happened more than once, where Ren just starts singing at the top of his lungs. You know the moment. I was remembering that from him. So let's hear a little bit of that before we go to Chinchilla.
You have it, if not for long, just for a while. I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my. We trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my.
Just the emotion is sitting right there on the edge of every note. Okay, and so then we pan around, and here she is. This was my first time to see this person.
And a sip of serotonin.
And those nails. I love that touch. I don't know if she usually has them.
There's a pill for everything. Take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine.
But her hands.
The feeling goes and you draw a chalk outline.
Again, their voices are so similar. It's just a perfect match. But you see the hands? It's like her hands, it's almost a separate character in the piece here. It's beautiful. All right, I want to move ahead to when they're really getting into singing to one another.
Little by little, bit by bit, I'll push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my. We trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my. Erase ourselves.
I love it. How he goes into his upper range, almost a falsetto, and she goes up into her beautiful head voice. She really does have a beautiful voice. So again, they were there in thirds. So that's just, from a line to a line or space to a space, just 1, 2, 3 little notes away. I've been getting into a lot of Pink Floyd lately, and I'm noticing with Pink Floyd that there's this little beautiful duet that happens where the voices are in thirds, and it happens so much and so delicately that you almost don't notice it. And with these two voices here, I'm seeing that same magic happen, where their voices just really meld together to the point where you can almost not tell that there are two voices there. Like, you get used to that sound so much.
But little by little, bit by bit, I'll push it back down with a new habit. If not for...
What was that? New? What was that? I don't know, but it was gorgeous. It was so creative. They really just blend together so perfectly. Even though they're talking about, you don't have to be perfect, which is kind of the theme for my channel here. Just, it's okay to be okay. And they're saying, oh, it's such a perfect day, but you can't enjoy it. Maybe it is a beautiful day, but if you go out, can you trust it? That maybe you've been feeling so yucky for so long that when you're finally feeling okay, you don't feel like that's okay because you're not used to it. That's tough. That's rough stuff. So I don't know where both of them are singing from. I know Ren's backstory. Again, I don't know anything about Chinchilla, but I do love what she's offered so far here. I really do. I'm definitely going to have to continue on getting to know her. Let's continue on and finish this out again.
Oh, mama, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh, mama,
Erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
And the light goes off. Yeah, erase it. Ah, dude. Ren. That's who I'm talking to, who I'm talking about here. He just manages to do this every time. Okay, that was Chalk Outlines by Ren and Chinchilla. Again, just not disappointed in any way. It was beautiful, well written, and well performed. And there's just something really special about watching artists pour their souls into what they're doing. And we definitely got that here. I don't know how he manages to do this every time. Just what he decides to sing about and how he utilizes his instruments, and now he's teaming up with people. It just gets better and better, y'all. This is just wonderful. This is a really wonderful musical journey here, and a really emotional one. And that's some of my favorite kinds of music, is music that is really tied into emotions. So thank you, everyone who suggested this. Thank you. And there are more things that have been suggested. We might end up having a poll just to sort of narrow things down as to where I should go next. Again, I did do the original version of his cover of Bittersweet Symphony, and so I need to go back and do the live version. I think that's going to be really great. But as they were saying in this beautiful musical moment, that you don't have to be perfect, and just be okay. And keep listening.